Hello YouTube. As I said in my previous video, I was going to look at two pieces that I actually just sold off to my mate Icarus, which are the J58-WS acronym, obviously, and the LA10-PX. So I'm going to just dive right into them. So let's start with the J58-WS Windstopper. It's one of the most classic pieces, actually, in my opinion, like the quintessential acronym insulator, mainly meant to go in the J1A, I believe. I mean, I don't know if it was meant for the J1A, but it has been paired so much with the J1A. And also the fact that the J1A has like a double zippered front in which you can open that part and then this pocket would be accessible. So at first glance, it's quite a basic bomber, quite a fitted bomber too, as you can see. So we have all the things to use it as a liner to an acronym shell. We've got the aux zip, you can see here, to zip it into the neck, and then we got like buttons here. I have to keep talking to the mic. Then we have like buttons here, right, to attach it to the sleeves of a shell. But these can also be used to cinch the wearing a watch here, so that's not very convenient for this. As you can see, then you can have tapered wrists so that you can keep the wind out. I have to say it's quite tight if you taper it. I mean, I don't think small, but I have medium to small sized wrist. And this is a medium jacket. So I would say that if you have, I think I just got into watches, so I know actually my wrist has a circumference of 17 centimeters, and it's pretty tight, especially here on the left with the watch. It's quite tight. I actually never wore it like this because of this, because I don't really like tight wrists. I also like to wear my watches a bit loose because I don't really like to have something really tight on my wrists. It feels like it will cut off my blood. By the way, do let me know if I might be also doing some watch content soon, because, well, that's my new hobby. And so if you are interested in that, do let me know. This is actually a Vostok Amphibia 120 that I got off eBay for a very good price, because obviously it's kind of hard to get one from Russia right now. Anyway, back to the jacket. We have two pockets here. These pockets, in acronym fashion, also go into the back, which is also very convenient. Then we have two chest pockets here, quite a deep one here that goes almost to the back. A lot of room here. And then another one. I think I actually use this one the most because it's very convenient. So like you can just drop something in here. And this also goes way to the back. These three pockets do kind of overlap, so if you fill this with a lot of stuff, then it does get quite bulky here because, yeah, they overlap. So if you put everything here, then you will get quite bulky over here. The hem has an elastic, which has been a point of critique of a lot of people that didn't like it. I personally do. I personally don't really like to have a drafty waist, so I actually enjoy having this tight so wind doesn't get in. But you can also, the zip goes two ways, so you can also do this, so you don't have the tight hem. But I know that a few people have actually customized the jacket by taking out this elastic, but I mean, then maybe you should just get another jacket. Anyway, it's quite comfortable. It also has articulated shoulders, or if you even call it that. It's cut in a way that it's very comfortable to put your arms to the front, so it's really great for riding a bike or something like that. It has jacket sling that you can put on the outside, but also on the inside. So the outside is Gore Windstopper, a very, very soft and matte looking one. In my opinion, actually the best Windstopper acronym has used so far. For instance, the latest J58 Windstopper, they used a very different looking fabric, which was much more shiny and had like a ripstop pattern in it. But this actually looks a lot more chic, if you ask me. And it's actually really really soft, which makes it somehow not really feel all that synthetic, even though it is. And then this version is lined with Primaloft. This is the Fall Winter 1920 version, and I believe that earlier versions were lined with ClimaShield. I personally don't have any experience with ClimaShield, but it should be basically the same as Primaloft. Primaloft is great. I've always loved it. It's very warm. It's really, I mean, it's quite a light and not very thick jacket, but it's super hot. So that's great. Just to demonstrate I guess I'm kind of gonna miss doing this because this is actually the last acronym jacket I'm selling, so it's a little bit sad in a way. I mean, I still have my J58-KM, but which is called a J, so I guess it's a jacket, but it's not really a jacket, right? It's more like a body warmer. That's it. This was my J58 Windstopper going to a new home, and I hope Mr. Icarus will very much enjoy it the way I did, because I wore it quite a bit, but it's like a really high quality jacket, so it doesn't look worn in any way. If you ask me, don't. There's no pilling, there's no patina. It's just it's really great. And this one is made in China, which was also something, of course, that a lot of people had a problem with, whereas the previous version, the ClimaShield one, was made in Europe, in the Czech Republic, but I have never had any quality issues with this jacket. It's amazing. Then up next is this a nice sound? Is this ASMR gore-tex Quantum Diamond Fuse ASMR. Alright, sorry. So this is, in my opinion, one of the most slept on pieces Acronym has ever produced. To be honest, the retail price is I think there's still one on the mother side pretty high, so I do understand why people might have felt reluctant to get it, as was I, but I just, when I saw it was released, I personally immediately fell in love with it. Oh man, I'm putting it on now, and I'm really gonna miss this, because this is really, yeah, I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss this shirt. So this is like a shacket, right? Looks like a shirt, but it's also kind of a jacket, because the outside is, it's so difficult to pronounce this. The outside is Pertex Quantum Diamond Fuse, which is a fabric that looks like a trash bag, but is actually super comfortable because it's really thin and light, but it's actually quite abrasion resistant. So even though when you first touch this, you think, wow, what's this flimsy piece of like cling film? But it's actually, yeah, it does not, I mean, look, I think there was a disclaimer on the site that said that over time it will become dull, especially after washing, but personally, I have not noticed that. I washed it a few times, just accordingly, and in a bag, and to me it just looks exactly as shiny as the day I got it. Also, no pilling, no patina. It's just great. It's really great jacket, or shacket, I mean. So the features are, as I said, the outer is not only abrasion resistant but also water repellent, very smooth. Actually, a lot softer also than it may look. It looks like a trash bag, obviously, but it's actually quite soft to the touch, which makes this piece also really great to just lounge in. I mean, it's really comfortable. It's also like a sweater, right? Because the lining is Polartec Alpha Direct, so that this is actually, if you button this up, it's actually pretty warm, but at the same time breathable, because both these fabrics are breathable fabrics, and it is a shirt, so it is also like open. It's not actually entirely closed, so, and it's quite, so it's a bit boxy and almost cropped, not really cropped, but it's definitely not very long. Definitely not something you can tuck in or anything. It has two deep pockets on the side, which are kind of secret. Like, you can't really see that there are pockets because they're quite nicely designed in a way that you don't see there are pockets, so I really like that. Then there are also two inner pockets here, zipped, which is really great, so you can actually put stuff in here and it will be secure. I mean, the pocket is made of Alpha Direct, so you definitely shouldn't be putting very bulky or heavy things in here, because I mean, it's not strong, but it will, you know, you'll definitely feel it against your body because it's very thin. So yeah, both of these fabrics this thing's made of, the Pertex as well as the Polartec, are very thin, light, but at the same time very strong. So that's really nice, actually. What else can I say about it? Obviously, oh, there's a sling, of course, that can also be attached to the outside, so that you can also... Oh yeah, the cuff buttons are actually also quite tight. I mean, not too tight. I mean, I definitely have enough room here, even on this side with my watch. A watch can actually like pass through, but not easily. So I mean, that might be a thing to know. And it's definitely that tight that you can impossibly get your hand through it, unless you have really small hands. You really need to open the button before putting this on or off. And it has a shirt sling in the same fashion as like the other LAs, LA6, LA1, everything that has a shirt sling like that, which is also great. So yeah, another great piece by Acronym that I'm selling, or well, that I have sold actually already. So I'm going to put them in a box and send them to the new owner of these pieces, who will hopefully enjoy them for a very long time. And I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.